We're now going to look at the Ascot 205, the BMW Cornwallis Stakes Group 3. And first of all, I'm going to go to Billy.
Billy,
for your thoughts on this particular race.
Yeah, I really like one here, Pete. I like Extortionist, who was given a nice little break before his run last time. He was third in the Mill Reef to a Better Fancy stablemate, and you know, he ran well. It's a trainer-jockey combination I like. Ollie Stevens, Harry Bentley.
Needs good ground though. I mean, it's soft at Ascot.
Well, I think he'll handle a bit of cut. I do think he'll handle a bit of cut. Yes.
I don't think that's what the trainer said, but we'll
see.
We'll see. Tom.
Yeah, no, I'm against you there, Billy. I've got my eyes on 3 or 4 in this race. I'm only joking.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually quite.
It's very
keen.
hard for them to beat the pundit. You see, if you're going to keep picking 4 from each race.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I've got my eyes on Hot Streak in this one.
Right.
Kevin Ryan teams up with Jamie Spencer, which is quite a formidable partnership there. Over the sprint trip.
I'll tell you what worries me about Hot Streak, and I've seen this horse run a couple of times. It sort of hit the 100 mark a couple of times, but it has run a couple below that, and it needs to run up his best to win this Group 3.
Not at all.
Drawn well though, because I think they'll come at the far side today.
He's drawn well. He brings the strongest form to this race. We know he likes cutting the ground. Third in a Mill Reef, now drops into the Cornwallis at Ascot. He's got leading claims for me.
Catherine.
I'm actually slightly with Billy with Extortionist, Stephen.
Yeah.
I'm getting.
That's all right. You're getting tongue-tied.
Yeah, obviously he won the Windsor Castle. Johnny Murtagh was in the plate that day. He was last behind Vorder at Maze on the Feet, but he actually last time out in the Flying Childers, he was behind and he absolutely flew into 3rd place. The fact that he's going back to the scene of his Royal Ascot victory, like you say, the ground might be a slight concern. Also, like Outer Space, Richard Hannon, Ryan Moore.
I like this horse as well. I mean, it's owned by the big boys, Jog Magno and Michael Tabor.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's got. If you look into his pedigree, there's sort of quite a lot of stayers in there, but he has got a half brother that won at 5. So I think. Does
the one run put you off though in a competitive race like this?
For me, I'm just you're right, Pete, because I'm just looking at it and I'm thinking Lady Chantilly, Fast, Scruffy Tramp, Hot Streak, Extortionist. They all put a 1 next to their name first time out.
Yeah.
But now this is a bigger battle.
Yeah.
You've got horses that have been there and done it. Is it going to be able to muscle its way through 14 horses at Ascot? It's a bigger ask.
It's a bigger ask, but sometimes it can weigh. You can balance itself up. Sometimes horses have had a long season against a horse that's had 1 or 2.
It's had a nice break.
Makes it a very tricky race.
He's been given a nice break. Richard Hannon's not rushed him. He's given a bit of a break for this, so you might have improved.
There's no one better than preparing a 2-year-old, really.
No, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. Is there any other pointers in this field, Billy?
I was really quite keen on Extortionist. He's a proper 5-furlong horse. Hot Streak would be the danger to me. Beyond that, and obviously Outer Space, I wouldn't see anything that really took my fancy. No.
I think there's quite a good one each way.
It's the same one as mine.
Well, no, it's the other Richard Hannon, the other Richard Hannon runner, which is Fast. We know the ground again is not going to be a worry. Richard Hughes isn't obviously riding it because he's on a ban. Ryan Moore's obviously riding for Magnier. That's a combination that we all know about. So Pat Dobbs comes and takes the ride. He's done very well recently, picking up a couple of winners for Sir Michael Stout and does team up well with Hannon. So I think Fast is one to look at each way.
I think there's also worth a mention here. David O'Meara has one here called Abakova, and he does well with Irish recruits. And I think that will run well. What will tend to happen today in the Group 3 at Ascot is, I think in the 5-furlong sprint they'll go far side, which they did tend to do yesterday. Maybe the better ground's over that way. So I think, if you're going to make your selections, I think if you're looking at Ascot, you need to go high, and obviously Billy has with Extortionist. And I think that could be quite important in this sprint. I think if you're drawn low, you've got to get across, and that could be quite difficult early on. So Billy, your selection, just to reiterate.
Extortionist.
Tom.
Hot Streak, drawn highest of all of them.
Good point. Catherine.
I'll go with Outer Space out of stall 10.
Right, okay. I mean, I do like Outer Space as well, but I take your point that one run, you never know. Always like to see a second run before I make a judgment. But if the horse is gambled on, we really know to take notice on that one.